Hello everyone and welcome back to another Dragon Ball Legends video. Yeah, I might have just recorded a Legends video right before this. And I might have accidentally did the same intro. And the coldest thing about it is I didn't even realize. I had no idea. I'm only human. Please forgive me. Here today, we'll be bringing in a very old unit at this point. I don't know, a couple of years old at this point. It's not like it's super old, like 4 years old or whatever. But anyways, we're bringing in an older unit at this point. One of the original, in fact, alongside Omega, right? Am I crazy? To be released, right? I'm not crazy. The original category lead in the game. It's been a while. SS4 Gogeta. He has not been on the channel in a crazy amount of time. I think last time I used him was a SS4 category what if type of video that Hydros and I did back when the LR SS4s came out in February on the Japanese version. So leader skill is 150% and 3 key to fusion category. I believe the secondary is tech, 3 key and 50%. His super attack greatly raises attack and defense. That's a 50% raise while doing immense damage to the enemy. So on top of that though, his passive skill. Extreme class enemies lose 20% attack and defense. He gets 120% attack at the start of the turn, and also has a high chance to dodge and counter with tremendous power. So on top of that, like, he's an interesting unit. I went full additional. In fact, I do think that it's better to just go full crit, but I went full additional because I also did a video that's not up yet that I took him to the Goku event, and I needed to get as many additional supers as possible with this guy because he has no built-in defense in the passive. So you need to get the defense raises from here or he's just going to get shredded. So for the record, quick spoiler for that video, I'm going to tell you this right now. In that video, this man still was taking, and this is expected, it's just he's a little old, right? He was still taking like 70k on normal, 65 I think to be more exact, on normals from STR UI. That wasn't even the int UI. So, and that was obviously with him having launched his super first, because if he's in the front spot, he'll get shredded if there's an attack before he gets a chance to super. You gotta make sure he supers first. And we'll see that a little bit here too. But again, really cool unit. I do hope that they produce another one sometime soon. SS4 Gogeta definitely deserves more love, I'd say. But that being said, though, we're going to show him off in this video. So I'm going to leave Pan on the rotation. In fact, we'll even give Pan the front spot. Nah, she can't super because Gogeta won't super. So I won't give Pan the super here, but I will give Gogeta the second spot super and go from there. Gogeta's a fun unit, though, because of, well, funny unit to be more specific, because a lot of people, upon his release, obviously loved him and loved him to death, especially because he was our first SS4 Gogeta, still is to this point. Also because, you know, they introduced a new meta in the game, right? The category meta overall. Unless I'm really forgetting one. I could be, man. I don't think so. Anyways, that being said, his links. This man could greatly benefit from something like, I don't know, Saiyan Roar, like some stuff like that. He'd be able to greatly benefit from. But if you look at his links, this is actually the way I've always broke down his links. Super Saiyan. He has to have it. He's a Super Saiyan. Kamehameha. Well, he's doing Big Bang Kamehameha. I mean, they could technically get rid of it, but he should have it, right? We have Shocking Speed. Well, he's SS4 Gogeta. He definitely will have Shocking Speed. What is this? Over in a flash? He will definitely have that because he's not only a fusion, he's also a very powerful iteration of a fusion, and the fusion just does not last. Obviously, we've seen some retcons to the way that stuff was handled between Potara, Metamoran, all that stuff in Dragon Ball Super, but regardless, SS4 Gogeta didn't last very long. Also, we have Fused Fighter. I mean, he's a fusion. GT. He's from GT. Fierce Battle. He's a Dokkan event unit. So he has to have pretty much all of his links. He like has no choice, right? So that's always been the way I've kind of rationalized it. But boy, oh boy, did it seem like also with that, they tried to hamper a little bit of his offense, because a great raise on super is pretty nuts, man. And not only that, also again, raising defense. I do wish his, as he's aged a little bit, his ability to synergize, I'd say, on some teams like Shadow Dragons isn't as good because they've done weird stuff like not give the Gogeta that we just looked at access to prepare for battle, but they also did weird things like the SS4 LRs, taking shocking speed off of them when their TUR versions, I believe, have them. So they've done stuff like that that's kind of hampered a little bit of his usability. Now, obviously, they still have GT and stuff like that, so it works out just fine. But one thing that I do want to kind of talk about is when it comes to this guy, again, I think he's still great. I don't think he needs an AZA, but he would greatly benefit from one, and you really don't have to change him at all like that much, right? He would benefit from the increased level, which means increased stats. He'd also have the SA level 15 in a hypothetical scenario. And then he also, ideally, oh, okay, you're just gonna do that, huh? You just gonna do that, huh? Okay, then. I'm sorry, Krillin. I'm sorry. Flashbacks to the punch around the world in Super. Like, you don't have to do much. He'd benefit from those. His Super deck still is a 50% raise. That's crazy, right? And it's not only to one stat, it's to two. So, like, yeah, that's where he's getting all of his defense currently. And then on top of that, you know, he has 120 attack. And, like, what are they going to do with that? Give him 150? They could. They really could. And I would not be surprised if they did. Man, speaking of 150, speaking of SS4s, this is going to be really interesting whenever SS4 Goku gets his EZA in, like, 3 years. And he shoots up because he was already at 150. So that's going to be kind of interesting. Anyways. So, like, you can give him that and then, like, 50 or 60% defense at the start of the turn, and he's perfectly fine, man. That's, like, all that he needs. Like, that in conjunction with the super attack raise is just muy bien. That's all he needs, really. So we're going to go ahead and get the attack here in the front spot. He's at 42k natural defense. Wait, Tor, are you attack only or are you defense too? I feel like you're attack only. You are attack only, yes. Okay, so yeah, 42k natural defense on the Kamehameha team, which, oh yeah, by the way, this is the first time I've done a video with this guy on Kamehameha, so huge thumbs up for that. I appreciate it if you do. Today's video like, let's say 2,344. That's what we'll say for 2, 3, and 4. It sounds cool. Anyways, very random number, I know. So that's how he tanks after an attack. Takes about 8k at the stage, no defensive support. Yeah, he really doesn't. I mean, it would obviously be better if they gave him like 100% defense, 120% defense, or like 80% defense. Anything above what I propose would be good. But I don't think he needs it. Also, the debuffing is nice. It sucks, though, that Omega got the all enemies debuff, and this guy got the only extreme class debuff. But again, like, they really tried to... Oh, this is what I was trying to say. Like, when I mentioned the Link thing, what I was going to get to was they were, like, very cognizant of him and tried to balance him in ways because he has the counter. He has a 70% counter rate, despite it saying high, which generally equates to 50%. His counter rate is 70%. That's absurdly high. So that's another form of defense, right? So they really tried to balance him. That's why they didn't give him, like, Saiyan Roar and stuff like that, because he'd just do too much, man. He'd do too much. So, yeah, and synergy for him does kind of wane a bit, but he still is one of the best units for all the categories he's applicable to anyway. The few, I think it's just Kamehameha, Fusions, and Shadow Dragons, and that's it, right? So I'm leaving him with Goku here because it doesn't really matter. He only has access to a couple of links that are attack links anyway, and he also has Over and a Flash and Shocking Speed. So he and Goku are like two peas in a pod, man. They fit really well together, so it doesn't really matter too much. But yeah, like Omega, or not Omega, this guy, he would have benefited so much, like, with that now. But I don't want to overrate the debuffing because it's not like you can even do it most of the time in content anyway, but it still would be nice to not be hampered by only going extreme. And it would be really interesting, it will be really interesting to see how they handle the Int SSB Vegeta EZA, right? You guys remember that guy? He's still in line for his. He could be next. I mean, Goku got his. Obviously, Vegito's waiting. That Trunks, the Int Trunks, the Tech Merge Zamasu, those units are waiting. But the last one waiting, other than them, is, I believe... Oh, no, Omega Shenron STR type is waiting, too. But I think other than them, the only other one at this point is Int SSB Vegeta, who also has an extreme class enemy 20% attack and defense. So, like, it'd be really interesting to see if he gets swapped to just be all types, right? Then we could really maybe see that happen to Gogeta, too. All right, so... I've got a lot of support units here that I don't necessarily really need, but it's fine. I'm just going to line up that Dokkan attack next turn for the Gogeta, and we'll see what that man can do. But one orb away, so it has lined up pretty well. So, all right. Gohan obviously is not going to take any damage from the man Piccolo. Doesn't really matter too much. All right, so Gohan, finish him off. Do it now, Gohan! Release everything! That's not everything, bro. It's everything! Oh, by the way, if you want to watch waifus, yeah, I know you're staring at that. I know you've been probably distracted throughout the video. Not to you, man. Check it out. Link will be down below. Danmachi. Very fun game. Yes, play it. You should play it. Also, Legends, don't play it. Maybe you don't like it. That's fine. But if you do, if you haven't seen the video, check it out. And the Digimon Re-Arise, all those will be down below in the description. We're going to go ahead and get our... So with Pan's support, by the way, she's still a decent support. 30% attack and defense. She's pretty old, but that and also the ally raise, not bad. Not bad in conjunction. Also, all types is pretty nice, too. But all that stuff together means that Gogeta's going to be in an interesting spot here. We're going to give him the Dokkan attack. I really hope that there is no... super in the very beginning that I don't counter. Like, if there is one, I don't mind it if I counter it. 19K, 20K. Yeah, we're going to beat the Piccolo here. So we're not going to see the before and after, before the super attack. Like, did I mention that I think that crit is still his best build? But I went max additional for him at 15 because the Goku event. Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, I went 15 additional because that raise is too much, man. 50% defense raise is pretty clean. That's what makes Int Goku Black so good, except Int Goku Black has a limitless defense raise of 50%, right? So that's pretty good, man. He does eliminate the Piccolo. His attack is actually still pretty solid. Okay, so like, he's a jack of all trades, right? He has some defense, he has some offense. Not the best defender, especially because he has no start of the turn defense. And the way the game has progressed, you definitely need that nowadays. And he's got the countering, he's got the raising, he's got the good link set. He's got the makings of a phenomenal unit, actually. I don't think he's anywhere near the top echelon of Dokkan Fest units because I think he's too old, and too many good ones have come out. Like Dokkan Fest Goku. You could even extend that to Kid Goku, whether you think he's better than Gogeta or not, right? I think that's a debate. Piccolo, the Trunks, the Zamasu. Like, there's so many Dokkan Fests, especially more recent ones, that are really good. And also, like, the way the game has trended in the last, like, 7 months or so since the Goku event came out on JP is really uncanny. They have completely shifted to a, like, very, very defense-heavy meta in the game, and that's to be expected, right? That's part of why a lot of people are kind of upset with this guy. He's still one of the best units in the game, in my opinion, among, like, TURs and stuff. Also better than some LRs because some LRs are just not good anymore. Not that good anymore. But, like, he does lose his defense, and that's what a lot of people are also really upset about with him. So, like, stuff like that. Wait, does he have... Man, I have so many units I need to rework, bro. I hate when EZAs come out because I always need to rework them. I didn't even notice that. Because last time I did a video with him was on Trident. I need to rework that. So, yeah, like, the game has shifted to such a defense-heavy meta, right? With all these units being good. In not only summonable units or Dokkan Fest units or non-Dokkan Fest units, they're all getting start of the turn boosts for the most part. And even then, they're still getting, like the ability to stack. So many units are coming out that can stack. Like, limitless attack raise, limitless defense raise, or even both. And then varying degrees, regulars or great raises, you know, stuff like that. Or even some that have massive raises, very uncommon, but some do. Like, there are so many units that are doing that type of stuff that obviously adds another layer to the game. And all it does really is it makes EZA one of the best things to ever come to the game because it allows them to rework those units. And we definitely, okay, if you asked me when I started laying out the video and like, I'll record, yeah, if I thought that we'd get Tora to transform, I would have 100% said no. This has to be the absolute last thing I would have expected. Like, honestly, I really didn't think he would transform. Honestly, I forgot he could do it. I'm not gonna lie, I honestly forgot he could do it because I haven't used Tora in I don't know how long. But okay, he's actually a really good grade 8. But anyways, yeah. So the game has shifted to that meta, and even though the Gogeta has, again, the debuffing, the countering, the raising on the super attack, those are largely, that's pretty much all RNG-based defense. Like, it's pretty much all RNG-based. Because the additional supers obviously will be incredibly clutch. They're not going to be very common, right? You'd need the RNG for that. Either you get lucky or you don't. And then the regular defense raise will be good for Dokkan events. You'll get shredded pretty much in pretty much any other content. That's harder anyway. Before story was mentioned in the comments when I said that. You know, but also the countering is RNG based. They need to hit you with that, right? So just little stuff like that. Okay, so far so good. Yeah, okay. Also, like, I don't want to put too much like emphasis on defense, but you'd be surprised, man. A lot of early, even category meta units struggle from the exact same thing. Like, they just get hit way too hard. Pretty much all of them, because the game just shifted underneath them. Like, the game shifted literally right under their noses. It went from being offense, 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 and it's still largely offense. All right, you could still make do with offense, but for the hard content, you need defense. It's not a choice. You need it, all right? Okay, so he's at 42K. Again, if I put him in the front spot, he's going to get shredded. I'd like to... I didn't even know I brought the Bulma item. That's funny. I'd like to see a before and after, but Trunks isn't attacking afterwards. So I'm going to put him in the front spot, give him those. He's cool in the front spot. We'll go here, and then we'll also get that Ultra Super from the Gohan with all those orbs. That's almost max ki. So much ki there. All right, this will bring us closer towards our conclusion. I don't really have anything to prove. We beat the event, right? So we're good. Oh, you know what? I should have let him stay in the front spot to play the counter. I just didn't want him to take 200K to the face, man. Again, he took 80K from normals from STRUI. No, okay, 80 is a bit much. It was 65. But point being, that's a ton. I can get free units to take less damage than that. Free units! Albeit, again, they stack limitlessly, but still free! All right. Here we go. Gohan Ultra Super. I'll give you that. Tora and this Goku are going to cost me this match probably at some point. I'm honestly waiting for it. I'm not too upset about it, but I'm honestly waiting for it. It's going to be really funny when it happens. Tora's just going to get hit by like a 300K Super. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. If the video is even still going by then. Okay. So, Tora, can you still debuff? I don't think you can. You cannot, so you're going to get shredded. Yeah, 56 is a lot to take. You know what? What we're going to do next turn, we'll have Pan. Here's Pan. This will actually be our final turn. I'm going to give Pan the super in the front so we can benefit from her ally attack raise. I'm going to also use the Bulma item, so we'll get even further attack. Maybe Pan will additional super. Who knows? But we're going to wrap this up here and now. And Gogeta will get an awesome chance to shine here too. Pan's got level 15 dodge, so assuming RNG, oh, okay. You're going to super in the front spot, huh? You're gonna really do that. Okay. I was going to say, assuming RNG is on our side, we're fine. But, okay. Additional? Ah, man. Oh, ooh, there we go. No dodge again. Okay. Ah, man. 2.98. Basically, round up to 3 million. With all that investment, if he had any more attack links, he'd be pretty freaking powerful. Unfortunately, he does not. 3.5 from this Goku. And we'll go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I just realized I probably didn't get any counters in here. RNG based, whatever. I had an opportunity or two and I missed them both, but whatever. Thank you all. And I'll catch all of you in the next one. Take it easy, everybody.